Hello, welcome and hey Gidra, welcome to my YouTube channel TP Vlogs. Today it's another segment of a special vlogs because today I'm gonna give you some of my journey experiences. How did I actually prepare for my internship and my full-time job interviews? So it all started back when I first took admission at the University of Bonn. Back when it was all pandemic and I had nothing else to do apart from my university, but also I was not here in Germany. I was back home in India. So I had a clear plan how I wanted to prepare myself because of my prior experiences about how to prepare for these technical interviews, because I've seen it all, what these big companies ask for are, and in general any other companies ask for when you apply for any of the internship positions in technical fields and also in full-time roles. So it is best to start with basic competitive programming exercises. Since I was a complete noob and a beginner in competitive programming, so it is always the best way to start with the basic concepts. For that, I began my preparation from InterviewBit. It is the best website, I would say, if you don't know where to start, since it has all the topics in an orderly fashion, so you don't have to worry about which topics you want to study at what time. And it has all the questions which has been previously asked in technical interviews along with the video solutions. So I began my preparation at the beginning of May 2020 and I finished the InterviewBit exercises in 2 months. At the end of June I was completely finished with InterviewBit website. So later it was time to switch on to the next website. Okay. So after finishing the InterviewBit, the number of questions that are available in InterviewBit are quite less. To improve my understanding in some of the topics which I was lacking behind, I tried the placement preparation course at the Geeks for Geeks. Most of them are freely available. You can also try it, which enabled me to learn more and more concepts in some of the topics. Let's just say dynamic programming, graphs, or trees, in which I spent around 1.5 months in Geeks for Geeks website, reading all the concepts and trying to do more and more questions which have been asked in several of the Comedium interview questions. Okay, now the timeline is at the end of August. It's time to me to head back to Germany and start a new life. After that, I spent around 10 to 15 days just to thinking about myself, how do I actually manage everything, because that's the best thing you want to do when you step foot in Germany. You want to make a timeline and a routine which you're going to follow, such that you will have enough time to give to every major stuff that you want to do here. So from the mid of September, I began my preparation from lead code to write clean and most efficient code. Along with that, I started applying to various internship companies to try out my luck whether I get shortlisted or not. So I did lead code for around 4 months, beginning from September until the end of January. But during that time I already landed up 4 internship offers from various companies. But the thing is that the level of questions that they have asked were not up to that much which I have prepared. So it was quite average, I would say. Even if I haven't done that much of competitive coding, then I could have easily cleared it, because they were not much focused heavily on competitive coding part. They were mostly focused on whether you know a specific technological skills that they were looking for, which is basically you get it from your prior work experiences. So if anyone is thinking to come to Germany, I would definitely recommend to get some kind of work ex behind you. Otherwise, you can also check my previous video, which I will link here or there. Get to know how did you actually prepare your resume even better to get shortlisted in this kind of technical jobs. So when I was preparing from lead code, I did all the most liked questions, the top 200 questions that has been asked in the companies. But I didn't took the premium subscription that most of the guys do, but I didn't, because the questions which are available on lead code on free is enough for preparation for any kind of interviews, I guess. So after January 2021, I had to stop all of my competitive coding practices from these websites because I was quite busy with my academics and also my internships, which happened parallelly. So if you want a video how did I manage my time during my academics and also doing my internships, then do write it below. I will just make a video about that. After that, let's just go straight ahead to the month of November. So in the month of November, I began with my competitive coding practices only from the Lead Code, because all of those questions which I did earlier in interview and Gigs for Gigs were also available in Lead Code. So I thought only just focus my practice in Lead Code. And in total, I did around 350 questions before I actually able to get any of the offers from various companies. So I started again in November and I did all of this till the end of January. As far as testing myself in coding competition goes, I only tried it in Lead Code. There's weekly coding competition going on. There is bi-weekly coding competition going on. I didn't do anything in Code Forces, but I did try some of the coding competitions in Code Chefs, but I haven't been doing that for a while and also didn't do at that time. I just took it like 1 or 2 times, not that much, but the speed which I got is mostly from Lead Code. Bi-weekly contests are in weekly contests. So if you are trying to increase your coding skills along with the speed, in my opinion, you just have to do it in any of the websites, let it be Code Forces, Code Chef or Lead Code. But make sure you're writing good and efficient code, which is quite important while you're giving this kind of interviews. Apart from coding questions, I did prepare for other topics as well, which were mostly related to the technologies in which these companies are working for. For an example, I did an interview with Replay, which is a consulting based company, and they were mostly focused on the technologies that I know and I have prior worked on. So for those, I did some of the research online and took notes from it and make sure that which questions that they usually asked in interviews, I'm actually prepared for that. Finally, how did I apply? I've only applied through their official websites, career websites, since it holds the most chances in which my profile will get shortlisted. And other than that, I think I covered everything throughout my journey. How did I actually prepare, how the timelines looks like for my preparation and which topics that I covered. If I left anything, just do write it on the comments down below. I will be very happy to answer those questions, because these things are not addressed very often in Germany. How do you actually prepare? Because in the universities, they don't actually have that kind of syllabus which let you prepare for the industry. They are mostly focused on theoretical and mathematics heavy background. And since I'm the product of that, I'm actually the best person you should ask for how did I actually manage all of those stuff. But if you want another video about how did I actually manage my entire masters in 2 years and also doing these internships and prepared at the same time, do let me know in my social media at Instagram or in the comments below. I will be really happy to make another video. But until then, I will see you next time. If you think this video brought any value to your life, then do like, share and do subscribe below. It's just a red color button. It will mean a lot to me. Until then, I will see you later. As far as books से क्या कहते हैं?